January the 1st is traditionally the biggest release day of the year for LEGO fans, and 2026 is looking like it might be the biggest one yet. We've got around 140 confirmed sets, all dropping on the same day across pretty much every theme you can think of. And just to be clear, this video covers everything we know about right now. With the announcement of this year's modular building shopping street a couple of days ago, I think LEGO have finally finished revealing the January wave, but there's always a chance a couple of surprise sets sneak into the list before the 1st of January comes round. So if anything new does pop up, I'll update you. But before we dive in, if you are planning to pick anything up, it would really help the channel out if you could use our LEGO store affiliate link at blockpartyuk.shop. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but LEGO throws a small commission our way, which helps us keep making these videos. And let's be honest, it helps me justify buying all of this LEGO in the first place as well. Right, there's a lot to get through, so grab yourself a drink, hide your wallet, and brace yourself. Let's get into the January 2026 LEGO range. And yes, I have timestamped the video. I'm not a monster. And we are starting off with architecture, where we have just the one new set coming in January, but it is a good in the Paris City of Love set, $69.99. And it marks the start of a new style of architecture set where we've got the very cool Paris skyline, displayable, wall mountable. I think it looks really, really cool. If they start to do these as like the new style of the city skylines, the city postcard stuff they've done in the past, I can see quite a few of these making it onto the walls of our house. I think that set is awesome. And I hope this isn't a theme throughout all 140 sets, but this is another one we're probably going to end up buying and putting on the walls of our house. The Japanese cherry blossom landscape from the art theme, $99.99, and it is one of the best looking art sets I think we've ever had. Anna loves Japanese stuff, cherry blossoms. She loves the art sets. I think this is probably going to be top of her must-buy list for January the 1st. I love the way the water is kind of spilling out over the frame as well. Really, really cool set. Can't wait to get that one and see it on display. And then we have some new Botanicals as well. And we've got the Tulip Bouquet at $54.99. The Peace Lily also at $54.99. Daisies at $12.99. And the Flowering Cactus at $24.99, which for me, definitely the pick of the bunch. I am a cactus guy, and I don't really build the Botanicals, but if Anna's not going to build this one for me, I'd almost be tempted to buy it and build it myself and have it on display somewhere here in the office. We have a couple of Brickheadz as well. The first one is this Stranger Things 4-pack, 11 Max, the Demogorgon, and Holly figures, $34.99 for 4 Brickheadz. And when you see the Brickheadz price rise that is coming in January for individual figures, you'll see just how good value it is at $34.99 for 4, because the individual price of Brickheadz has now gone up to $10.99. It held out in that below £10 price point for so long, but it has now jumped over at $10.99. And I suspect this is going to be our price for new individual Brickheadz going forward. They haven't put the price up on the old ones yet. I expect it to be similar to how they did it with Speed Champions and how they're doing it this year with the modular. It's just the newer ones that are going up for now, at least. But it is Angel from Lilo and Stitch. It's $10.99. We've already got Stitch, so I guess we're going to need to have Angel to hang out with Stitch. And then we have a huge LEGO City wave. A lot of it very vehicle dominated, and a lot of vehicles that I'm probably going to have to get sooner or later to put around our LEGO City. Thankfully, they're the kind of sets that I don't need to buy all of in one go. They'll just be ones that I add throughout the year to get us to gift with purchase thresholds. But the cement mixer is very cool at $34.99. I like that one a lot. We've got the police prisoner transport van at $17.99. That has 3 minifigures, including a couple of rascals. I mean, that could easily be me and Anna as rascal. Although I guess he's the policeman, and then it's Anna and a blonde man as a criminal. Also comes with a motorbike as well. And then they've got this new rides sub theme within LEGO City, which is probably one I don't need to get because they're these weird, very small person based. They're 5+ sets aimed at kids, driven by babies. It's a very weird range, but within rides, we have the police truck at $7.99, the fire truck at $7.99, the construction loader at $7.99, and the gaming race car also at $7.99. I'm not going to object to little $7.99 sets. They're nice little impulse buy, pocket money buy, birthday present, Christmas present kind of gifts, but they are weird, and I certainly don't want them. Something I probably will pick up, though, is the Hot Rod at $8.99, a cool little car to have driving around the city. Also, the EV supercar at $8.99 is another one I'll be grabbing. And you know I love a food truck, and I particularly love this food truck. It's going to go very nicely with the burger one that I think we got last year or the year before. But it's the Fry's food truck at $7.99. It's so cool and does similar to what the burger one did, where if you don't want it as a truck, you can actually take the little Fry's stand off and have it as part of a little row of shops not attached to the truck if you would rather do that. But I love it. I think these food trucks are really, really cool. And then we've got Jet versus Car at $24.99. The car is cool. I don't really need the jet in my life. We've got a snow plow at $15.99, which might be a cool addition to the Winter Village for next year. Just have a snow plow knocking around the place. We've got the motorcycle transporter at $17.99, which looks like it comes with 2 motorcycles. It does come. I don't think I have any motorcycles in the Lego City yet. And as you can see, they have got sharks on them, as we know. Anna loves sharks, thus making this a must buy so that we can stick Anna on a shark motorcycle riding around the Lego City. We've also got a recycling truck at $34.99, very handy to bring out on bin day. We've got a tractor at $17.99, which I thought we already had a tractor. I think we've got a red tractor at the moment that only came out last year. I don't think it's even retired yet. Well, we've now got a green tractor to go with it. We've got the airport fire truck, which is a very cool fire truck, but I don't think I need any more fire trucks in my life. $59.99 for that one. The Lego van at $24.99 is really cool. It's a smaller version of that big Lego truck that we got last year. Exactly the same basis. Opens up, has the stacked up Lego sets inside, even has a minifigure version of me buying up all the Lego, which is outstanding. I really love it. I'll definitely be picking that one up. The airport with airplane is $89.99, and I actually quite like this. We don't have an airport in the Lego City. We don't really have space for an airport in the Lego City. I do already own a couple of airplanes. I don't think any of that is going to stop me probably picking this up at some point. Not on launch day, but when we can pick this up on a sale for like 60 quid later in the year, I think I'll probably be all over it. And then we've got the return of Coast Guard. We have the Coast Guard helicopter at $54.99, complete with shark. And it is a very cool helicopter. I'm adding a seaside area to the city in this coming year. We might have to add some of the Coast Guard stuff as part of that. We've also got the Coast Guard rescue boat and helicopter. So we've got a helicopter there, or you can get a helicopter with a boat at $99.99. It's a smaller helicopter, but a very large boat with a smaller boat as well. And then lastly, we've got the airplane service truck and hovercraft remix set at $59.99. We've had a few of these remix sets over the last few years. They are quite cool because, as the name suggests, you can mix and match them and take the front, middle and back and arrange them in all sorts of different combinations. So it is cool for like bonkers creative play, the way you can set those up. I think they are quite cool. It'd be interesting to know if it's compatible with the previous remix stuff and you can go really crazy with it. I don't think it's completely clear whether you can do that. It would be very cool if you could, though. Moving on then into one of my favourite themes, Creator 3-in-1, and we've got a full wave of these coming in January as well, starting with the cute hamster with a flower at $8.99, which is very cute in its own right. It's alternate builds. That, I think, is some kind of bird. I love the hedgehog. I am absolutely going to have that hedgehog on display. We've also got the turtle with a water lily flower at $8.99, which has an alternate build of a frog and a gecko, I want to say. We've got the Space Exploration Telescope at $29.99, which, as its alternate builds, has a microscope and what looks like a little spaceship kind of thing. It's quite cool, actually. We've got the Fierce Dinosaur at $19.99, which has a couple of other flavours of dinosaur as its alternate builds. The retro gaming console is $17.99 and does look very cool with its little interchangeable game screens. But we've also got an upright arcade machine and a little PC as the alternate builds. And again, I love the alternate build. I'm going to have that little PC on display, I think. The Fierce Shark with a treasure chest at $29.99. And as we know, Anna loves sharks, so we're going to have to get involved in this one. The alternate builds for this are ugly fish and birdfish. I'm not really a fish guy. We've got the Cute Animals Playful Puppy Dog at $24.99, which has what looks like a squirrel and an awesome duck. I need that duck. That duck is incredible. And then we've got Wild Animals Colourful Hummingbird, which looks great as the main set, but as its alternate builds, we've got a butterfly and a very cool fish. This is one of those sets where I could easily get all three and have all three of those on display because I think they all look great. And then we've got Sea Animals Beautiful Dolphins at $44.99, which again looks really cool as its original build, but the seahorse is great. The crab is great. It's another very, very good Creator 3-in-1 wave. Moving on to Disney, and I think January is more of a kid-focused Disney, and then a little bit later in the year we get the 18+ Disney wave, which I think comes in March, which is when we're going to get stuff like the Winnie the Pooh, the Kevin and Doug set, some of the bigger display stuff that I've been looking for. So this is more of the kid-focused play sets as your January Disney wave. Starting off with Elsa's Ice Castle and Snow Ride Adventure at $44.99, which is this very cool little castle with a little ride going around it, which I do like. I think that's really nice. And then we've got these things, which I imagine they're going to be popular. They are horrific. They are nightmare inducing. I imagine they're going to go bananas. It's Mini Anna and Elsa, $8.99. We're going to be seeing a lot of this style over the course of this year, I think. We've got Ariel's Magical Mini Palace at $17.99, which is another nice little play set. The Aristocats Adorable Marie at $34.99, which, again, the face. I'm not on board with these flat faces with printing on. Let us brick build the faces. It's a lower price set. I kind of get it. Ugh. And then we've got Olaf and Bruni's Picnic Fun at $44.99, which is a much better display set. Really, really like this one. I suspect we'll be getting this and adding it to our Disney buildable characters display. And then we've got Minnie Belle and Tiana with Castle at $34.99, which has, again, these weird new style little buildable, not minifigures, not mini dolls. It's the new third way. I don't know how I feel about it. It's weird. And then we've got a couple more of them as standalones, Mini Jasmine and Rapunzel at $8.99. And then we've also got a Lego Dreamzzz wave. I know nothing about Lego Dreamzzz. I'm going to go through this relatively quickly because I don't want to look like an ignorant rascal. We've got the Fox Guardian mech at $69.99. The Crocodile Submarine at $59.99, which does look pretty cool. It's got to be said. I do like that. We've got the Nightmare Scorpion Digger at $44.99. I tell you what, I don't know much about Dreamzzz, but I do know, like, 9-year-old Kev would have been all over this and would have played with these for hours. We've got the Dino Jet at $89.99. And then lastly, the Tiger Shark Tank at $129.99. As we know, Anna loves sharks. She didn't get the last Shark Tank that was in the Dreamzzz line, though. And now they've got a tiger one, which is literally an orange stripy. It is cool. I do like it. Dreamzzz is bananas. We've got one of these weird little Lego store exclusive no theme sets. It's the Love Letters, $17.99. I guess it's in time for Valentine's Day. Can also be alternately built as that, which is, I guess that is quite clever, actually. It's quite cool. Adding this one in several hours later because it didn't come up on my original list because it's another one of these, doesn't really have a theme, doesn't really fit in anywhere. But the Bugs Bunny set, $34.99, also out on the 1st of January. Can't believe I almost missed it because it's incredible and I need to have it now. And then we've got a large Lego Friends wave, and the Lego Friends stuff just starts looking better and better. Not necessarily the unicorn cake delivery car at $8.99. This is not for me, but some of the bigger sets really good rebrickable potential on some of those. We've also got the Dog Treats Bakery at $24.99. I mean, that's an example of one that you could very easily modularize and include in a Lego city. We've got the Pet Accessories Van at $17.99. The Heart Lake City Bunny Hotel at $19.99. Look at the smile on that little bunny rabbit's face. And the Heart Lake City Convenience Store at $17.99. I like these little interiors that you get because you've got some of those older modulars and some of the mocks that you'll get off Rebrickable that have got empty interiors. You can just basically pick stuff like this up and plonk it inside stuff like that and immediately give it an interior. They've got bedrooms and stuff within the Friends range as well. I do think it's quite cool. We've got the Axolotl Adventure Boat at $8.99 with another one of these nightmare-inducing faces, although these little axolotl minifigures are so cool. For $8.99, I'm tempted to get this set just to get those two. I don't care about the rest of it. I just want them. And then we've got the Unicorn Dream Cafe at $34.99, which is very pink and unicorny. The Heart Lake City Fashion Show at $44.99, and we are starting to get into that kind of stuff that could very easily be turned into buildings for a Lego city. The Fun Indoor Playground at $54.99 is another cool play set. Leanne's Family House at $59.99 is the kind of house I wish they made as part of Lego City or create a 3-in-1. I would love some just normal houses like this for the city. Obviously, it's open back, but it's nothing a few extra bricks can't fix at $59.99. There's potential for shenanigans, I'm sure. We've got the Horse Stable and Riding Academy at $69.99. The Heart Lake City Friends Clubhouse at $79.99, which is a very cool looking build. And the Garden Restaurant at $119.99, which literally looks like you could plonk it straight into a city. You just need to close the back in. So I'm expecting some very cool rebrickables on that fairly quickly. The Ice Cream and Balloon Stand is $8.99. The Horse and Baby Foal Trailer is $24.99. The Animal Vet Clinic is also $24.99. We've then got the Beach House with Seals for $44.99, which wouldn't look out of place in a seaside area in the city. Love the fact we've got a little hammock that I can put my seals in. And then we've also got one Gabby's Dollhouse set, which is Gabby's Brick-Built Cat Friends for $44.99. There's more of these horrible flat faces. What is this all about? We also have a Harry Potter wave coming on January the 1st, starting with Hagrid and Harry's Privet Drive Escape at $17.99, which is basically just minifigures and a lamppost. It feels a little expensive, but I guess if you somehow don't have those minifigures already, fill your boots. We've got the Hogwarts Castle Sorting Hat Ceremony at $12.99, another one of these little scenes to put within your big Hogwarts castle if you're building that. The Cornish Pixie, $24.99, is a nice little buildable figure, does look quite cool. And then we've got the latest addition to the big Hogwarts castle. It's the Hospital Wing at $89.99. At some point, I am going to look into this Hogwarts castle thing and work out how it works. It just seems like it's a very expensive way to put a castle together, but I do like a castle. We've got the Cauldron Secret Potions Classroom at $54.99, which I do think is quite cool. It's quite cool just as a Cauldron display set, but then when you open it up, you've got a Potions Classroom inside of it, which is quite cool. The Sorcerer's Stone Collector's Edition is $139.99. Firstly, don't like the fact we're calling it Sorcerer's Stone rather than Philosopher's Stone. We're not in America. In fact, it does say Philosopher's Stone on the little badge down there. So on the set itself, it says Philosopher's Stone. On the box, it says Sorcerer's Stone. Where's the consistency, Lego? Goodness me. And also, didn't we just have this almost exact set retire? I mean, it looks cool. If you're into Harry Potter and you want a cool display set, and I think the plan is they're going to do one of these for each of the books or movies, I guess. I think it is quite cool having a row of these on a shelf, showing the whole history with... I might be convinced. We need to see a second one before this one retires to convince me it's a collection that I want. And then we've also got another building, Luna Lovegood's house at $89.99. Does look an awful lot like the Burrow that came out last year, but I mean, it's cool. And then we've also got the Enchanted. And then we've also got the Enchanted Flying Ford Anglia at $69.99. I do like the car. I hate the horrible flat-faced characters we've got inside of it, and that will rule me out of getting it. I've got the smaller one anyway. I don't need one on this scale, but I've said it a lot through this video, and I'm going to say it a lot throughout the next year, I imagine. What is this all about, Lego? And then we've got Lego Icons, where we have the two big releases of January the 1st. First up, we have Stranger Things, The Creel House at $249.99. If you haven't seen the video of this one in motion, it is very cool. It basically goes from being a closed-in building like that, and then you pull it open and the middle pops up, and it basically opens up and does very cool stuff. The one downside of this for me is it is open back, and the only reason I would want it is to put it in the Lego City. I've not seen Stranger Things. It's not for me. So I'd want to do similar to what I did with the Cullen House that came out this year, and just get it on sale at some point to put in the city. But without a back on it, I'm probably not even going to do that. I imagine there'll be some rebrickables or some ways to modularize it. The problem is you then lose the opening up functionality where it can go from that to that. So I suspect it's one I probably won't ever get. If you are picking this up, though, there is an exclusive gift with purchase with it. The Stranger Things WSQK radio station that does come with a couple of minifigures and what appears to be a rubber chicken, which does make me kind of want to buy the entire set. I mean, as someone who's been doing podcasts for like 15 years, I would love to have a little recording booth in the city, regardless of the Stranger Things stuff, but also I really want the rubber chicken. I don't think either of them are enough reason for me to buy the set, but if the gift with purchase doesn't become crazy expensive, which is probably asking for a lot, I might even look to pick up the gift with purchase and not the main set. Is that bonkers? It might be bonkers. And then, of course, the other big set that's out on the 1st is Shopping Street. But for both these, Stranger Things and Shopping Street, it does say 4th, but also says Lego Insiders Early Access on this set from the 1st. So you will be able to pick them up on the 1st if you're an insider. If you're not an insider, you can sign up. It's free. You can even sign up there and then in store if you wander into a store on New Year's Day and want to buy these. No one is stopping you doing it. So this is the 2026 modular. A few things of note about it. Thing number one, piece-wise, it is the third biggest, I think, modular Lego I've ever done. The biggest single base plate modular. The only two with more pieces would be Assembly Square and the Natural History Museum. That being said, it does look smaller. I mean, that's only 2 stories on that side because it's got the diagonal bit and quite a lot of open space at the front. It feels like it doesn't have as big a footprint either. So I think, yes, we're getting more pieces, but I think those more pieces are probably smaller. It's also had a significant price increase. The previous modular Tudor Corner was $199.99, as were the several single base plate ones before that. This has had a hefty price increase up to $229.99. When you compare it to something like this, I mean, it is still good value price per piece. So the Stranger Things set is £250 for 2,500 pieces. Shopping Street is less money at $230 for 1,000 more pieces. So when compared to something like that, it's not too bad. But when you compare it to something like Tudor Corner, which I think is maybe 200 pieces less for £30 less, that being said, of course, I am going to get it regardless, and the eagle-eyed amongst you might have noticed I've been keeping hold of all of my points from Insiders Weekend, and I've pretty much got enough points to cover it. If it had been the £200 I was expecting, I would have covered it and had some change. As it is, it's going to cost me maybe a £5, but definitely going to be getting it anyway. I do think it does look very nice. I think it will look very nice next to the Boutique Hotel, next to something like Assembly Square. I think it looks a lot like next to Tudor Corner. I really like the fact it's got the little passageway as well, which I don't know if you can see on any of the photos. There's been a couple of videos uploaded by the landlord. There you go. You can see it on that one. You have got a little path that runs through, similar to what we had on Detective's Office. So it's another potential route through to something like a Diagon Alley, hiding behind it maybe, which is quite cool. But yeah, I'm going to get it regardless. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments. And then we do have the gift with purchase as well. But interestingly, unlike with Stranger Things, where that gift with purchase is an exclusive gift with purchase for this set, the gift with purchase for the modular, the vintage parade car, is listed as get the vintage parade car set as your gift with purchase on purchase of £180 or more until the 11th of January. So you don't actually have to buy the modular to get the modular that goes with the gift with purchase, the vintage parade car. I do think it's cool. I do enjoy an annual Silly Hats parade. It is a nice car. I did say in my TikTok reaction when this was originally announced that if you went back 10 years, the car would have come with the modular, as we've seen with several of the previous modulars that we've had. I think the Palace Cinema had a car. I think did the hotel have a car? The fire station obviously had a car. We've had them come with cars before, so it does feel like it's something that maybe would have been included in the past. But the fact that it's a gift with purchase available for everybody, and monsters like me could potentially get a couple of them and have a few cars knocking around the place, because if we're doing more than one £180 transaction, I guess you can get multiple of them the way we've done recently. So I guess that's a positive, but overall, I think the Shopping Street modular is very, very snazzy. Obviously, I was always going to get it anyway. I can't wait to see it built and see how it integrates into the city. I think it is a nice looking set. I don't know that if in a year's time I'll be talking about it as one of the best ever, the way I have been all year with Tudor Corner. Time will tell, and I need to get my hands on it to decide for sure on that side of things, I guess. And then lastly, for icons, we've also got the Autumn Cottage Garden. We've had a couple of these gardens in recent years. This one has a very cool, I mean, it was originally leaked as a medieval cottage. I don't think it is a medieval cottage. I just think it's an old style, like old English countryside cottage with a garden gnome out the front and this nice little garden scene. I'm sure it's something that Anna will buy and build and enjoy. The garden stuff isn't really for me, but I do like the fact it's got a nice little cottage on it. I think that's quite cool, and it would be interesting to see the scale of it. If that's a cottage that's minifigure scale that I can include in a little garden area of the city, in a little woodland area with stuff like the tree house, the A-frame cabin, and just take it off of its little plinth and just integrate it as part of a little stream with, I could see myself using it, but I would need to check the scale first. I suspect it's going to be below minifigure scale and won't fit in the Lego City, but I'm sure Anna will buy one and build one for display anyway, so I can have a look at hers before making a decision. Moving on to Marvel, and there's two kind of distinct Marvel waves coming in January. We've got the Spidey and Friends one, and then the more like general older aimed Marvel stuff. So Spidey and Friends first, we have Spidey on his motorcycle versus Rhino at $8.99. We've got Spidey underwater vehicles at $29.99, and also Team Spidey pirate ship at $44.99, which I actually think is quite cool. The whole concept of it is, as someone who's an adult Marvel fan, absolutely bananas. But I guess maybe there's a pirate ship in Spidey and Friends, or maybe it's just bonkers. Who knows? And then in the more grown-up comic stuff, we've got the start of this new epic battle sub-theme where it seems like it's just an excuse to remake some stuff they've done relatively recently, but with a new plinth, which does scream Lego aimed at collectors. We've got the epic battle Spider-Man versus Sandman at $19.99. I still don't think I've built the previous Sandman versus Spider-Man set. I think it's still sat in the Lego room in my to build pile. We've also got Spider-Man versus Ghost Rider motorcycle at $8.99, and this is worth $8.99 just for that really cool Ghost Rider minifigure. I'm not really a minifigure guy, but that's cool. $8.99. I think this will sell out on launch day and be very popular, I suspect. We've got the Spider-Man car versus Venomized Wolverine at $17.99, because you can't have enough Venomized characters in your Lego City. Miles Morales mech versus Spider-Man 2099 for $12.99. I hate mechs. I don't get it. I've never seen Miles Morales in a mech suit, but I guess it makes for a fun Lego build, which is why there's another one, the mech battle Spider-Man versus Doc Ock at $24.99. And then we've got Ravager jumpsuit Groot at $54.99, which is very cute, very cool. I already have several Groots of this scale. I don't think I need another one. We'll see. it's one of those where we'll wait for a sale, I suspect. And then we've got the continuation of this Spider-Verse modular connecting together, not modular building, but a modular series of stuff that connects together with some of the sets that we have. I think it's like the third or fourth in this series now. But Spider-Man versus Mysterio, the Daily Bugle at $99.99. I don't need another Daily Bugle, but that being said, I've got all of the previous of this little sub theme that connect together. Does it mention which ones it is in there? I mean, it does have the little connection points with the little. It's cool. I'm not paying full price for it when I've already got the modular Daily Bugle. And then another one of these epic battle sets, this time Hulkbuster versus the Hulk at $44.99, which I do think is quite cool. I don't actually have a Hulkbuster in the collection, despite there being a gazillion of them that exist. This might be the one for me. And then we've got the Iron Man Mark III Collector's Edition at $119.99. It does look very cool. I am not really a buildable figure guy. I suspect Anna will be interested in that, though. She does like a buildable figure, and it does look very detailed and very nice. And then we've also got a Minecraft wave, where we've actually seen all of these built at London Comic Con a month or so back, which is in the video that we made from there if you want to see them all built. But they are all releasing on the 1st of January, as with everything else in this video. First up is Steve's Tiger Adventure at $8.99, which this is the kind of Minecraft set I want. Just stuff that looks like it was lifted straight out of the game. And at $8.99, it's a great little pocket money set. We've got the Nether and End Portal Journey at $12.99. Again, stuff straight out of the game. More stuff like this, please. And less stuff like this. The Chicken Farm at $17.99 obviously has a massive buildable chicken incorporated within it. And then we've got the Pale Garden at $17.99. The Zombie Dungeon at $24.99. And then the Fox at $39.99, which is a big buildable character like the Creeper that we got last year. If they're going to do a load of Minecraft characters in this scale, I'm going to buy them all. And I don't really want to, but I think they know they've got me. And then I'm definitely getting this one, the Mini Biomes at $54.99. I loved the crafting table that they made last year or the year before or whenever it was, along a similar line, but it's got all the little biomes and you can plug them all in, and it's just really cool. And I'm going to buy it, I'm going to display it, and I'm going to love it. And then we've also got the Wither Battle at $59.99. We also have a new collectible minifigure series out on the 1st of January, the Animal Series 28, where, as you can see, everybody is in an animal suit and they look fantastic. I need to order a full box of these and get these guys just scattered around the Lego City because they are awesome. And then we've got a bunch of Ninjago stuff. And I confess, I know very little about Ninjago other than the fact I like the Ninjago City sets. So we're going to go through it relatively quickly. You can tell me which ones are cool. There is one more rumored one, the Old Town, which isn't yet showing on the Lego website, which is going to be a big set. I don't think it's going to be Ninjago City compatible, but that's the one set in this entire video that hasn't been announced at the time of recording. So keep an eye out for that one over the next week or so. But the full Ninjago range, apart from that, is Naya versus Mutation Monster Spinner at $8.99. We've got Lloyd versus Earth Monster Spinner, also at $8.99. Kai's Dragon Mech Battle Pack at $8.99. Jay's Dragon Mech Fight at $17.99. Cole's Mission Mech and Dragon Zane at $24.99. Ninja Dragon Ryu's Battle at $39.99. Jay's Transforming Car at $44.99. The Ninja Vehicle Treehouse Battle at $69.99. The Four Weapons Blacksmith 15th Anniversary at $89.99, which genuinely I might get and put in the Lego City because it's a fully enclosed building. It's not open back. And I think it could be a nice little transitional set between my Ninjago City area, moving into maybe a castle area, a medieval area. I think they can kind of act as a transition. So I think we might be picking this one up. Maybe not at full price, but at some point, I suspect I'll be getting hold of one of these. And then we've also got the Dragon of Life at $89.99, and the Ninja character display 15th anniversary set at $34.99. We've then got a couple of seasonal sets. The Fortune Master is $24.99 and looks very pleased about it as well. And we've also got the Fortune Firecracker at $69.99, which I know Anna is going to be all over this. And then I think this one is fantastic. The Galloping Horses canvas at $89.99 just looks superb. And we've got a little minifigure and a little horse costume as well to go with it, which I also think is awesome. But yeah, I suspect this one is going to be on display at our house relatively soon. And then we also have a Speed Champions wave. Don't worry. Yes, the first one's an F1 car. It isn't another F1 wave. But we do have the APX GP team race car from F1 the movie at $22.99, which is the first Speed Champion set to come with 2 minifigures, one of which is Brad Pitt, which I think is his first appearance as a minifigure. It's very cool. I didn't need another F1 car in my collection, but I did need a Brad Pitt minifigure, so I guess that balances it out. And we've then got the Bugatti Vision. We've then got the Bugatti Vision GT Hyper Sports car at $22.99. The Ferrari SF90 XS Stradale sports car at $22.99. Did they previously used to wear hoodies with the name of the company on? Is that new for 2026? I don't remember that being on Speed Champions minifigures before. We've then got one of the most long-awaited ones, highly anticipated, Lightning McQueen at $22.99. Of course, no minifigure because he doesn't have a driver, but $22.99. Very, very cool set. This one is going to fly off the shelves, as will this one, the Time Machine from Back to the Future in Speed Champions scale, also at $22.99. Also, 2 minifigures. We've got Doc and Marty, and it is convertible as well. You can turn it from the driving version to the flying version, which is really, really snazzy. What a good value $22.99 set this is. That is incredible stuff. Another one that will fly off the shelves. And then lastly, on the Speed Champions run, it's the McLaren W1 at $22.99 again, in a hoodie with the name of the car company on. So I think that's definitely a new thing. I don't remember that being a thing previously. And then, of course, we've got a little something for the Trekkies, a little Star Wars wave, the Mandalorian and Grogu's speeder bike at $8.99. We also have Cobb Vanth's speeder at $24.99. The AT-AT at $59.99, which I actually might grab one of these. You may have guessed, I'm not hugely into Star Wars, but I do like this little MIDI scale, I think is what they call it. I've got the Millennium Falcon at this scale. I've obviously got the gingerbread AT-AT because I do like gingerbread, and I'd quite like to add this one to my little growing Trekkie shelf, so we might grab one of those. Less interested in getting this one because I don't know what it is. The Venator class attack cruiser at $69.99, definitely not as iconic as the grey camel. And then we've also got Grogu's Homestead at $17.99 with another one of these nightmarish flat faces. A Clone Shock Trooper mech at $12.99. The Siege of Mandalore battle pack at $17.99. And then the BB-8 Astromech droid at $79.99. Anna has a bigger, older one of these on her little robot shelf. I suspect she'll want this to go with him. I know she's a big fan of BB-8. He means nothing to me. He's not recognisable to me at all. I don't know what film he's from. I'm sure you'll tell me all about it. I promise you, though, I don't need to know. And then lastly, we have a little mini Technic wave as well, starting off with a couple of these Monster Jam vehicles. We have the Technic Monster Jam Grave Digger Fire and Ice for $24.99 and the Monster Jam Sparkle Smash pullback at $24.99 as well. They are fun to play with, the pullback cars. And then we've also got this, which looks very, very cool. I'm not really a Technic guy, but I do like something with moving parts. And this set, will the video show us what happens with the moving parts? Don't just rotate. Show me what it does. It's not going to show me what it does. It basically goes from that, and then you wind the thing around, and there you go. You wind the thing and it takes off and the bits fall off of it. And I think it's very, very cool. $54.99 for the Artemis Space Launch System rocket, I think is quite snazzy. And then we've also got the Bugatti Chiron Per Sport hypercar at $59.99. The 1966 Ford GT40 Mark II race car at $64.99. And the Porsche 911 GT3 R Rexy IO racing car with teeth at $129.99. And that is every Lego set releasing on the 1st of January 2026. At least every set we know about right now. If Lego do sneak out a couple of last minute surprises between now and launch day, I'll cover those as soon as they drop. But for now, that's the full list. All 140 of them. If your wish list isn't absolutely destroyed by this point, I generally don't know what to tell you. As always, if you're grabbing anything, don't forget to use our affiliate link at blockpartyuk.shop. It's a massive help to the channel and it keeps these videos coming. Plus, you get to feel a tiny bit better about the obscene amount of money you're about to spend because you're doing it to help support your old pal Kev. If you enjoyed this roundup, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and check the timestamps if you want to jump back to a specific theme that you missed first time through. And let me know down in the comments, what are your day one pickups for January? Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodle pip.